My career as a composer started when I moved to Los Angeles. I was a musician, of course. The dream was to write music for television and movies. I met a guy named David Kurtz who was a composer for The Young and the Restless. And he told me that, he said, "I'm quitting The Young and the Restless. I can't take it anymore." And I said, "Well, you got to get me an interview. You got to give me an interview." So he got me the interview at CBS Television, and I went in, and the man was Wes Kenny, his name was, and he looked at my resume and he said, "You're overqualified." I said, "No, please, hire me. I don't want to travel anymore." And by then I was about 30 years old, I guess. One thing led to another, and the Young and Restless thing just became an ongoing thing. And then about 4 years after that, The Bold and the Beautiful, the rumors were going around this new show was going to start called The Bold and the Beautiful, and I sent in my tape, my reel, as they call it. I sent in my reel like everybody else, and there was a good 300 composers, and I got the job, so I've been doing it ever since. Young and Restless, 25 years, and Bold and Beautiful, I guess, 21. The Emmys are particularly gratifying because they're voted by your peers. If they pick you, if you're fortunate enough, it's gratifying because it's not a relative, it's not somebody who cares about you particularly. As a matter of fact, they're your competition. All I need is every breath. And they did a series of shows on location in Paris, and all the music in that show was stylized, French, romantic, some kind of course, there's always problems on daytime television, so somebody's having a nervous breakdown, somebody's dying, amnesia, whatever. I'm in love with the wrong person. So it's always this bittersweet thing. And the music was this particular French, and I even have a song in there that was sung in French. And that's the episode that won the most recent Emmy. Touch me and the world is mine. We were meant to share this moment. Winning Emmys is always gratifying. Playing at the White House was extraordinary. I've played Buckingham Palace for the Queen, met the Queen and Prince Charles. I've played Carnegie Hall. I feel like Forrest Gump sometimes. It's sort of an interesting juxtaposition of this guy from Rochester, and here I am in London or wherever. The music department has certainly grown. The students are very accomplished. It was a pleasure. And I, again, had the privilege to be with orchestras all over the world, all over the country and all over the world. And the students here are excellent. It's an excellent orchestra. I know the drive to create this life of music. I sense it in them. They have it. And that's what will sustain you and propel you in this world. And it's not an easy career. It's a difficult career. I say I'm incredibly lucky. I've also worked very, very hard, and that's sort of what is the combination that kind of worked for me. And I see it in the students. They're gonna make their dreams come true. And I was going to John Fisher studying accounting, which my father insisted on because when you got out of college, you needed a degree where you could actually get a job. But I was always interested in music. I always loved music, and I had a band when I was a kid. And I played the guitar since I was 4 years old. And I came over to Nazareth and to take an elective music course. And at the time, Sister Jean Troy was the head of the music department. I'll never forget this. I knocked on her door in the little office over there, and I said, I'm Jack Allocco, and I'd really like to take a music course. And she said, well, what's your background? And I told her, and, it wasn't good. And she said, well, I never forget, this is a true story. She said, well, turn around for a second. And she sat at the piano, and she said, what am I playing? And I said, it's a major chord. What about this? I said, it's a diminished chord. And what about the, and she sort of gave me this little ear test, of music and things. And I impressed her, I guess, enough. And she said, I'll let you take the course. I was going summers and taking music classes and as many as I could, and still doing my accounting degree. I got 2 bachelor's degrees in 4 years. I did them simultaneously. I don't think the schools ever figured that out, that that's what I was doing, but that's what I did. I ended up working very hard, and fortunate enough, and I'm always grateful to Nazareth for this, because there was a lot of professors who really helped me and didn't immediately dismiss me because I didn't have, 18 years of piano lessons or anything like that. I didn't have the pedigree, really, but they allowed me to find my way, and they were encouraging. It completes the circle, I think it's wonderful, what they've given me and the experience and the training. The more training and the better training that the students can get, it gives them just a leg up when they get out there. From time to time, a student will call me and he say, I'm a NAS alum and I'm going to be out in LA, and I always take the time to meet them and take them to lunch and show them around if I can. I take them to the studio with me to CBS, and I always give them my time because there's a lot of people here who gave me their time, and I just think that's just the right thing to do.